Beautiful spring day on a beautiful Monday, and what do I love more than anything else? And that is chemtrails being sprayed in the skies. Yeah, see, it just stops and then it starts. That's normal for contrails, right? They just stop and start, and then they just expand throughout the sky till the whole sky is a white haze like this right here. That was a quote-unquote contrail, as so many say, that was sprayed just a couple minutes ago. There's one right there. Yep, the government's got a beautiful program for us. It's called slavery. And they use the HARP program, which I know none of you are probably going to look up because that would take some effort. And don't go to geoengineeringwatch.org because you might actually learn something about what's really going on. Don't do that. Don't go to utah.gov and look up the cloud seeding program. Nope, don't do that. Let's just continue to tell ourselves that this is all normal. There's another one right there. Yeah, you can keep telling yourself it's contrails because Facebook told you so, and YouTube. Yeah, they've corrected all the facts for us that have actually done some research and know actually what's going on. There's another one right there. Yeah, they just do small little sprays before they really lay it on. I've been talking about this for about 4 years now. I think it could even be 5. But nobody listens. Members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints who really should know better and who should really be looking and searching for the truth. We won't go to utah.gov and look what they're spraying in our skies. No, we'll just trust our government because, that's what the humble followers of Christ do. We always say yes to our rulers and obey the corrupt laws of the nation. Forced quarantines are okay, which by definition is really prison. That's what prison is, by the way. When you allow someone else to make sure that you can't leave or can't go where you want to go, that's called prison. I don't know if any of you knew that. But you could call it your house too, but if that makes you feel better. And that's what's going on today. And we're not going to talk about why there's such high suicide rates and dementia and all the other stuff that's going on and cancer. No, we'll just believe, just like the medical industry has told us in Big Pharma, that this is all natural. And they've got a little pill for you to take to make it all okay. Yeah, your bodies can't fight any type of disease or virus that might occur. No, we weren't built that way. We somehow are the fleas of the earth and have no ability whatsoever to use our immune systems, which have totally been compromised due to the, chemtrails is one of them. Spraying aluminum and barium into the sky to basically control the weather. I know this sounds so crazy, and some of you have probably already clicked off because you're just like, oh my gosh, that's a conspiracy theory. Go ahead and laugh it off. Don't do any research whatsoever. This is real, totally real, and I've researched it for years and years, and countless thousands of hours, and this is totally legit. And I know it sounds crazy, but maybe you should look into it and really find out what's really going on. You can look at all my other videos that I've done as well, where it makes it even more obvious that they're spraying the skies and controlling the weather. And don't do any research at all of like what happens in South American countries and other countries around the world, including ours, where at 1 minute it's 80 degrees, the next minute it's snowing 6 feet. That's legit. That actually happens, and it's because they have learned, they being the Black Ops secret government, which does exist. And I know Trump's going to take care of all of your problems because, we can't take care of our problems for ourselves. No, we love to vote for tyranny. We vote for oppressors because it feels good. We don't want to do any research or take any responsibility for ourselves. We'll go on Facebook and do research for our little toys and gadgets. And we like that, but no, the government has to make every other choice for us. What we eat, where we sleep, what toilet we can have, and light bulb. And obviously, and chemtrails, because we don't get a choice. And we won't talk about the $22 trillion that's been missing in the Pentagon that I've talked about for close to 2 years now? No, we won't talk about that. Oh, Trump doesn't talk about that either. Oh, that's weird. We won't talk about Epstein. That's old news. Yeah, We don't talk about that stuff anymore. No, we just talk about what the media and the constant propaganda tells us we should talk about. What's this gentleman doing right here? We'll find out in a little bit. If it dissipates and evaporates, which means it's just frozen leftover water vapor, which is total normal process of jet engines, then that is contrails. And guess what? That's what a contrail looks like. See that? See that? Do you see behind that jet plane? Look at that. The frozen leftover water vapor, it evaporates. That's what happens on planet Earth. I don't know if anyone's told you that. I know the scientists just tell you don't think for yourself, don't use common sense. Just do what they tell you to do. Yeah, snitch on your neighbor if they go outside. Because, you know, going outside in some places in the U.S. is a terrible thing, and we shouldn't be allowing people to do that. Definitely don't go where you want to go. Okay, you see that right there? Let me see if I can see if that's called a contrail. Get it? And that is called a chemtrail. And it's really easy. It's like the ABCs. You know, we're going back to elementary school. See how it just stays in the sky like that? And there's the big one I showed you earlier. Yeah, don't ask questions. Whatever you do, don't ask questions, because you might find out the answer. And if you read a book called None Dare Call It Conspiracy, which really is the framework of everything that's going on, it was written decades ago by Gary Allen, a gentleman by Gary Allen. But please don't read that. Don't read that. You won't get any information that might actually be worthwhile to you whatsoever. Let's just continue to do things as we normally do, and we'll continue to get the results that we get today, which is tyranny, slavery, and absolute crazy insanity by our rulers that profess to love us and care for us, to strip us of all those rights that are so dangerous for us, because we can't make decisions for ourselves. We need our rulers to make decisions for ourselves. And yeah, if we just pay our tithing, everything will just work out. We don't have to take any accountability. Just pay our tithing, and everything will just turn to utopia, and it'll be heaven on earth. Just keep telling yourself that, because that is the biggest lie that's I can't speak today. Perpetuated today, constantly, is that we can trust others to do what we should be doing for ourselves. Instead, it's all groupthink today. It's either I'm a Republican or a Democrat. You know, I've joined this football team and I got to wear the jersey, and I'm part of this political party, so I got to wear the jersey, and anything they say goes. And Trump's a good religious guy because he says so, and all the stuff that he won't tell us about, all these black ops that, you know, Obama did and Bush did and all these other presidents did. You know, we're not going to talk about that. No, we're just going to pretend that he really cares about us because he's a self-made billionaire, and therefore he's a good guy. And don't get me wrong, I think he actually wants America to thrive. But you know, he does some pretty nefarious, scandalous, just dark stuff, and of course constantly lies to the public and never tells us the truth. And I'm telling you the truth, and so many others are telling you the truth. So it's up to you. You can either live in slavery, or you can stand up, ask questions, and actually do something about it. Do a little bit of research and find out what's really going on and who actually controls the world, which is the central banks, by the way. Hello, our presidents are just puppets. And when they don't do what they're supposed to do, guess what? You remember John F. Kennedy? Bye-bye. That's how that works. Yep. And if you go out to the beach in California when the rulers say you can't, bye-bye. That's how that works. You see? It's the same process. It works really well, but they all convince us that we need to snitch on our neighbors and oppress our neighbors for good. See? Force is good. Don't you understand that? Violence is good. Violence against others when they've committed no crime, that's good. That's good in America today. Yeah, we should demonize those who have a different opinion than us, but haven't done anything wrong. You know, especially those who stand up for true freedom and prosperity, but ignore the groupthink and think it's absolutely crazy that we can't figure out what these lines in the sky are. Just look up in the sky. Look at all my other previous videos on my Facebook channel. And I'm putting myself out there, I want you to know. I can't help but be sarcastic because I find it just so laughable that as we snitch and completely demonize our neighbors for basically just deciding for themselves what's good for them. And hey, if you want government, I'm all for you having as much government as you want. It's just a lot of us that don't want government, we just want to opt out of the whole thing. But no one allows us to do that. See, we can't just stop paying our taxes for, like, I don't know, how about Planned Parenthood? That'd be nice. How about bailing out all the Wall Street criminals? I don't want my tax money going to that. But, you know, I can't think for myself. And, of course, Trump knows better than I do. Trump knows that we need to bail out these Wall Street criminals just like last time. Yeah, just trillions of dollars enslaving our children and their future. But it's all worth it because he's a good guy and everyone told us he's a good guy. He's going to clean house. Sure he is. Of course he is. Of course he is. Absolutely. Let's not take personal responsibility. This is real. This is what's going on. And I'm just going to say it even though, like I said, I've got so much to lose. But it doesn't matter. I'm starting a business right now, and you know what? I really don't care about whether my business fails because people don't like what I have to say. I just speak the truth no matter what. I don't care. I've stopped caring years and years ago when I woke up and I read None Dare Call It Conspiracy by Gary Allen. When I found out what the rulers are really doing and the central banks and the global banks and the IMF, I know it sounds like a fairy tale, but this is legit. And there's a secret government that works behind the scenes that controls everything that we do. And it's really sad that we've become just slaves in America. We're just welfare recipients now receiving our stimulus check. It's time to wake up, people. It's time to wake up. Go to geoengineeringwatch.org, geoengineeringwatch.org.